Hey everybody, welcome back to At the Buzzer on Wicked Good Sports. We're joined, as always, by our man who is the expert on the NBA for the channel, Mr. Jack Tiernan. Jack, how you doing?
Brian, thanks for clarifying. It's just for the channel. I wouldn't consider myself an expert.
You're our
Thanks for that,
expert.
though.
That's all that matters.
That's something, right? At least I'm
Mhm.
wanted.
Exactly. So we're gonna sorry, we're gonna talk a little bit about the Boston Celtics. Last time we chatted, I believe that we mentioned that they're going to hire a coach soon, and hey, they did it. It wasn't Chauncey Billups though, like we were thinking it was gonna be.
Oh,
So who can you tell us a little bit about the new coach and what your feelings are on him being hired?
sure. So I really like Ime, right?
Mm,
Ime, for a couple of reasons, right? So Ime was an assistant coach, or maybe the lead assistant. Don't quote
mm,
me on either way.
okay.
But with the Philadelphia 76ers and the
Mm,
Brooklyn Nets this last year. So he's got a good amount of visibility and history in dealing with these, not, I don't want to say high maintenance superstars, but
mm,
compared to JT and JB, definitely high maintenance superstars.
right.
Kyrie Irving, Joel Embiid, um, guys with big personalities that you have to manage.
Mm,
Um, I think the closest guy we have to that on our team is Marcus, probably, right? And
right.
and he's really kind of more of a locker room guy than he is outspoken to the media. So
Mm.
overall, I like his pedigree. I think he's a generally good dude, and I love how he called out Brad Stevens' assist rate in the league last year during his press conference. So I was a big fan.
Right. So, do you think, obviously, he was with San Antonio at a certain point? You know, he has
Yeah,
experience with deep playoff runs, championship runs, and as you said, dealing with egos. Do you think that's what maybe appealed to Brad Stevens when he was looking, for a coach? Because, I mean, a lot of times, at least recently, it seems like there's like a pipeline from like star player to coach. We see
yeah,
in Brooklyn, Steve Nash is the coach there, but this was a little surprising to me because he wasn't a big name. He did play in the NBA, but it wasn't like he was a star. It wasn't like he was here for a long time. So it really feels more like this was a strictly like coaching decision. Does that make sense? Like they weren't going for the
yeah.
name; they were going for who was like the best guy.
The best guy and the best fit overall. Like
Mm,
it was a guy coming off like 8 through 15 on the roster, right? He wasn't getting a ton of minutes, but he was a good like fundamental player. So he knew what he was doing when he was on the court,
mm,
and he knew what his role was, right? So being able to orchestrate these roles and get everyone out there doing their thing is like that's going to be really nice to see.
mm,
Um, yeah, I think you're right though. I think overall his personality, he said it too, is more of a reserved guy in general.
mm,
But he's there. He's going to push these guys to get to the next level. He said it. I'm going to bring out the dog in these guys, and I think that's like a really good mentality to have. I think overall he's got the right personality for this group. Whereas I don't know if the players really liked Brad as much just as a
mm.
person. And I think as a, as a someone who they have something more in common with when it comes to like playing in the NBA. No offense to
Mm.
Brad, I'm sure he was a guard for like Providence College like 20
Right,
years ago or something
right.
like that. But really big leap from college to the NBA. I
Mm.
think having a guy that gets that will be super helpful.
Yeah, so I guess with this new, team up of obviously Brad moving to the front office and we have a new coach, what do you expect from the Celtics going forward with our new coach?
So I think what I already like about it, and you touched on it a couple minutes ago, is that he's from the Popovich coaching tree, right?
Mm.
So Ime has that championship pedigree. He
Yeah.
groomed Kawhi. He knows what he's doing. Um, I think overall he's going to help a lot with player development. Where Brad was great in player development too, don't get me wrong, but I think he's going to be able to connect on a more personal level and help guys get over mental hurdles when they're coming through them more. Whereas
Mm.
Brad is more about the fundamentals. Um, so I think the social like interaction between him and players might be better.
Mm.
Where again, Brad was kind of more about reps and fundamentals. So
Right.
I think will be an interesting switch. See how the players react to it.
Mm.
But I think and I mentioned this in our previous episode about Brad moving to the front office. That Brad knows how the roster is constructed, so he knows what doesn't work and what does work. And I think between him and Ime, they're going to be able to go back and forth on what this roster needs to be fixed, basically, because it wasn't good enough last year or the year before. So time to make some adjustments, see what we can do.
Yeah, I think so. Kind of what you're saying is like Brad can kind of be the tactician, the very like not personal, not cold, but the hands off 5,000 foot view. Whereas he can come in and be the person on the ground doing the day to day work with the players, which I think will work well. Because let's be honest, we both love the Celtics. There was something missing. Like there's a reason why there were no championships in the Brad Stevens era. And I don't think it's because of lack of knowledge, but I think, like you said, it might just be like a hard thing to relate to players, especially when you don't have similar experiences to them of being in the NBA. So
you're totally right. Communicating that knowledge,
right?
Yeah.
So should be interesting. Is there any other big things on this story you wanna touch on?
No, man. I'm just really looking forward to the Udoka era. I think he's going to do good things. I think him and Brad are going to be one hell of a team. So a little optimistic.
Yeah, a little bit of homerism from us, I'm sure. Like,
definitely some homerism.
You got to be optimistic, right?
True.
Going in. So congratulations to him, and hopefully congratulations to the Celtics. For making.
We'll see in a couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Jack. Where can they find you online?
Best place to find me for my Celtics takes is at Jack Tiernan, Jack_Tiernan at Twitter. Definitely have some playoff stuff coming up as the series progresses and we get into the NBA Finals.
Awesome. So you can follow him there. We're getting down to it. This season's almost over.
Yeah.
By the time you watch this, it'll come out on a Thursday, and then tomorrow we'll do our next topic. We'll be talking about the playoffs a little bit more and maybe touching on a little bit about how the shortened offseason may be affecting things coming down here. So definitely check that out. We also have a bunch of hockey stories that just went live this week that you're going to want to check out with Chris in our Power Play segment. And then we have the main channel, youtube.com/WickedEverything. You can find us there. You can find us on Twitter at WGEverything, Instagram, WickedEverything, Twitch, twitch.tv/WickedEverything. I'm on Twitter at FakeMar, and you can find us on TikTok, search Wicked Everything. I think that's everything. How many times can I say everything?
That's impressive. That's impressive.
Okay, I have the rigmarole just down at this point. I've said it so many times. So find us in all the various places, and we will see you in the next one.